Okay, guys, Coach Max here again. We're going to talk about how to enter and exit based off the zone. So, in the previous video, we were talking about the two different ways to draw zones. You can draw them using the horizontal lines, okay, based off a previous market structure, or my preference would be, bullish and bearish engulfing candlestick patterns. Okay. So there is two different ways to trade this, right? So let's look at this area right here. Okay. So price came up to this zone, okay, and respected the top boundary of the zone. Then you had a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern form, okay, which would have been an indication to, of course, sell. In the course, I'll be talking about the wicks, how the wicks, pay attention to how the wicks reject off of the top boundary of zones is very important. All right. And then, if you are a swing trader or intraday trader, depending on your time frame, you can trade from zone to zone. Okay, so you could have took this trade all the way down, and this would have been a swing trade, okay, for 323 pips. Okay. Now, in this instance, price came back to the bottom zone, the actual bottom boundary. Okay. You had a beautiful break and retest. Okay. Once the retest, this would have been your entry. Okay. And then you could have took this all the way back up to the zone. When you draw zones correctly, they are extremely valid, which would have been another 326 pips. These are swing trades. Now, a lot of people, trade in different ways, and they, may have different styles and techniques in which they trade. I just want to look at this current uptrend, where current price is right now from this area. Okay. So say you would have entered this trade. Now, a lot of people would ask, how the different ways that I could potentially take profit if I did not want to hold this trade for this long. For me personally, it would be market structure. Okay, so I'm going to actually turn my indicator on real quick instead of drawing the market structure out. Okay, I'm just going to pull it up here. Okay, so for me, of course, we know that, when the market is trending up, we have higher highs and higher lows. So for me, you guys could have taken profit, just to be safe at the most recent higher high, okay, which would have been here. Okay, so this could have been TP1. Did price come and hit this area? Yes. Right. Let's look at the next one. Okay. This area right here. Okay. Higher high. The price come hit this area? Yes. Okay. Let's go back. And then you can even go further back. Let me go further back. Okay. Previous higher high. Did price come and hit this area? Yes. So we're taking smaller trades, but massive pips, guys. 128 pips there, right? And these are safer trades. 235 pips there. These are safer trades. Okay. You can do this on a 1 hour also. So that would have been, the two safest places to take profit at these areas when you're looking at structure, right? Now with zones, you're obviously going to have other confluences, right? So one of your confluences might be a break and retest. One of your confluences might be, to take an entry every single time that price hit the trend line or came close to it, which essentially was creating higher lows in this uptrend. Those could have been potential entries. Okay. And again, you can always use market structure as take profit areas, right? So previous higher high from point of entry, previous higher high. Okay. These could have been TP areas, literally. Okay. These are safe trades, previous higher high. Okay. previous higher high. Are you guys kind of seeing now how the market respects these areas? Look at this. Had a break, retest, entry. Okay, first trade 100 pips. Or you could have took 128 pips or 160. Or you can take this trade, take your trade off, enter again when, as you can see, these boundaries here, these levels of market structure are being respected. This is why it's so important to understand structure and how they work with zones. Okay, guys, so that's pretty much what I have for you today. For me, it's always market structure, taking entries and or a break retest of a zone, major area, key level, something like that. Take it up, take a safe trade to the most recent high. Okay, and in the instance of an uptrend. Okay, let me hide this. All right, let's look at a downtrend, for example. Here goes one right here in respect to the same zones, guys. I'm trying to tell you, look at this here. Okay. Okay. Right, we had a Harami pattern here, candlestick pattern again. Okay, you actually had, this one would have been the actual bearish engulfing. Okay, you had a break, retest of the top boundary of the zone, and then the market started to drop. So where would you have taken profit? Let's look at it with the market structure. Okay, in this instance, we will be looking at lower lows and lower highs. Okay, so look at this, you guys. All right, so you would take profit. Okay, you got your entry, engulfing candlestick on the top of the zone. It retested the top boundary of the zone. That's like literally ideal, perfect entry. Okay. And then what happened? Looking at previous market structure, the lower low. Okay. The price come and hit this area. Yes. Okay. Look at previous structure here, guys. Look at these boundaries. This is why I love using the horizontal ray. These are all areas of take profit for me. Okay. Safe areas to take profit. Look at this one in particular. Let me erase the rest of these. I love that I just did that. Look at this one in particular. Let's say you wanted to trade this zone to zone, right? Look at this lower low. Price did not exactly come back to the zone. So at this lower low in the previous structure, price came and hit it down to the wick, even if you was to move it down to the wick, okay? Or in the middle of the wick. Okay, you put it at the body, is perfect. You literally would have had such a smooth trade. Okay? Such a smooth trade, 272 pips. This is like a swing trade move. Such a smooth trade, guys. Okay, instead of, you know what I'm saying, potentially trying to put your TP area here, you have a safer take profit when you respect market structure. So I hope that makes sense and you guys are having some clean understanding now about how powerful zones are. Yes, essentially price, moves zone to zone, but in this particular instance, that would have been a safer place to TP. Okay, so if your goal, and this is why having a trading plan is so important, because if your goal was to, make, let's say 50 pips or whatever the case might be, when you're doing these type of markups, and depending on what you're trading, you're going to well over and beyond exceed your pip goal when you look at it from zone to zone based off of the previous law. So this is very powerful stuff. I hope that you guys watch this video over and over so that you really understand it. Thank you guys. Coach Max here, over and out. See you in the next video.